Alright, so this is an update to the garage door opener project. A little bit of side information. This building is a 24 by 32 Morton steel building. It is a 8-foot door, 9-foot sidewall, so it makes it extremely tight to get an opener in. I actually was talking to a builder last night about putting up a different garage on a different piece of property and going through this exact scenario, and he said it's just about impossible to get an opener or even track in if you do it this way, and you can tell there isn't a lot of room. Inside the building I finished out myself. I went with drywall because of cost. It's cheap. It's a lot of labor. If you're doing it yourself, the labor is really not costing you anything. So I did all the finishing. I did have issues with that trolley digging in to the drywall, and I was kind of frustrated that I did that to my drywall, but I've patched it here this morning, and I may have to hit that a couple more times just to flatten it out. The finish on this drywall is just like a finish that's a texture and a primer that I put on. It's not sand. Sand would sink, so this stuff actually stays suspended in that primer, which is nice, so it did a really nice finish. I got some of that left so I can retexture that after I'm done. If this was steel, which first of all I don't think I would have got this up here because the ribbing of the steel would have been in the way. But that trolley would have absolutely destroyed that tin, and it would have been pretty hard to fix without removing the sheet and then putting it back up. So at least with drywall, it's pretty forgiving in the way of fixing. This 2x8 here, I didn't move anything down. I left that where it was. I did take advice from a YouTuber that commented on the first video here, and I did some adjustment here, and it turns out when it's set up like this doesn't ride up as much, and I tried it both ways. I set it down as far as it could go, and I set it up as high as it could go here, and this seems to be the best. This doesn't hit the garage door. There's plenty of clearance that way. There's plenty of clearance in the loop. I don't think I'll cut that off. I'll probably just leave that down like that. So that works out well. So I did some patching here. This too, I'll obviously use my spar varnish on here, or spar urethane, to get it to look the same. I got the trim back up there too. You can see I snuck that piece back in, and I got the trim in over here, so that looks nice again. Let's come over to this side. So then on the opener itself, I took those washers out because I didn't like the way that was working on the drywall. Mounted the angle iron tight against the ceiling, made sure I had everything square again, and then I used some other this angle with holes in, and I just moved it down. That seems to work way better. I got no issues here, no rubbing, got plenty of space. Yeah, so that's way better. Yeah, and I think that's about it. I got everything adjusted the way I like. Works really well. Would have been nice to have this in right away, but didn't have the drywall. It took a couple of years to get the drywall up and then to finish it. And the next project in here is going to get some actual lighting besides these fluorescent twists that I just have randomly in some outlets that are mounted in the ceiling to a switch. So that'll be the next project.